Monday night. I'm out fishing. I got my beautiful wife up at the bow. Don't cast yet, baby. I gotta turn this around and just found the mother low. I'll show you what it looks like in a second this time. That wind blowing from.
Ew, right there.
I think that's about right.
Anyway.
Yeah, for the most part anyway. Whatever drift we do have isn't going to be much. What is up, everybody? Happy Monday. Feels like it's been forever. I missed you guys last week. I almost said I just saw a fish jump. It was your lure going in the water. Don Terry, Michael Hoover, Merlin. Merlin, I'm going to change your name from Wiz to Muskie. Merlin had a good day down in Winetta. I see pictures on Facebook. Congratulations, my brother. We're gonna do that again. Merlin and I did that last year one day, and we got skunkaroonied, but that's not gonna happen next time. John Burrows, what's up, Jig and Rap? Tammy Hoover, hi. So I got Courtney up front, but I won't put the camera on her because she'll yell at me. Unless she catches the fish, then she'll have no choice.
No.
It'll be beyond my control at that point. There will be nothing I can do about it. The people will demand to see the fish. I understand. All right, I got to get serious here. What is up, everybody?
That's the third time you said that.
Well, I keep saying it.
Yes, you do.
Dave, I can't see your last name. I don't have my glasses on. Going out with Mike Urema on Friday. How are they hitting? Listen, the fishing's good. Find the right ones, and it's great. You'll be in good hands with Mike. He came zooming up to me in the I-1 baits. It's like the Batmobile, his boat. It's cool. It's sleek. It's low to the ground. Their water, it's black. But your boat is blick. All right, so what am I going to do? Courtney's throwing a swim bait. I'm going to take you guys fishing with me tonight. Anything you want to do, say, no, let's get it on. I don't know what I'm going to do, though. I do know what I'm going to do. I am going to throw... I had fun doing it this morning. I brought the worms with me. It is as simple as it gets. It's a Northland short shank fireball jig. I'm going to put half a crawl around it, and I am going to ever so gently creep it along the bottom. And this morning I had plenty of walleyes and perch and sunfish that were woofing it pretty eagerly. I didn't come across any keeper walleyes, but we'll see if we can change that this evening. And we can do an online poll. I don't know if I can do that from here. Who will catch the first fish? It'll be Team Good Guys, which would be me.
Team Better People, which will be me.
And Team Smart Alec will be my wife. That was her. She chose that name, not me. trust me on that. With her action, I mean, mouth, I mean,
I wanted to take a nap, so.
she just said to me, I wanted to take a nap. I offered to leave you at home and you said no, you wanted to come out. And it's a beautiful evening. I can't, we're only going to read comments for a few minutes. We'll do it in intervals and then I'm going to fish. Well, I'll bring you guys with me, but I can't read. So I can barely read when I have my glasses on. So I'm going to keep these on. I'm going to bring you over here with me.
Bugs.
I'm going to get out a trusty thing of worms. And I'm going to creep it along the bottom. Like this. Real slow. It's funny. It looks cool on camera though, because the sun's right there.
See any fish on the screen?
Yep. So this is as simple as it gets. I know already I didn't do my Tony Buffa clean my night crawler trick, but I'm just hooking them through whatever end I broke them off, and I bring them over. I don't know if anyone cares to see this, and then I leave a tail. And if I'd cleaned my worm before I pulled it out, I wouldn't have my hands dirty. Now, I will say, Paul and I talked about this at length this morning. Him and I talked about this at length this morning because it was quiet out here all morning. We had very little drift. And like I said in the live this morning, we went by a couple boats and they were snap jigging like you would, any other day. And I said to Paul, I said, I always feel like when it's calm out, I want my presentation to be real slow and smaller, finesse. Live bait in this situation, but super finesse live bait. Like I'm just walking it, like you would do a tube or, it really, I told Paul, I said, it really felt like I was a kid again today, fishing just the bucktail and a worm. There's a way you got to cast it. You got to kind of lob it. You can't snap cast it because the worm goes flying off, and you only brought just so many with you. So you got to kind of lob cast it. And then, that real slow pull that was taught to me, it just boom. And maybe there was a little bit of a hop at the end with your rod tip. But it was really just, there he was right there. Oh. Well, it's not a walleye, but it's a keeper perch. Smacked it. $10 3/4. Not bad for the first cast, right? Is that my first cast, man? And I got my worm still. So even now with the bear, just the jig and a piece of worm, you really have to lob cast it because, like I say, any snap to it and there's no resistance and it'll just fling your worm out. So once you get it out there, I almost feel like I'm kind of going like this with it. I'm just kind of scrunching it along so I don't like I say, I want that piece of bait to stay connected, and I want it to be just bumping along the bottom. That's just me. Now, Paul and I were talking this morning about, you could just as easily be using fatheads or shiners or whatever kind of minnow you could get, a medium-sized minnow. I wouldn't go too big. Hook it right up through the top of the head, it, right through the skull. They really stick on the hook very well. You can put them on that same fireball jig, and you can pitch that out and do the same thing with it and just make it look like it's real sick or it's already dead and just kind of floating along the bottom. Jiggle it a little bit, and I mean, that's as simple as it gets. And now that perch come in pretty aggressively. Most of the walleyes today, they would just wait when I lift it up. Full, and you got to be ready. You always got to be ready. Every time you lift that rod tip out here, in any kind of jigging scenario, you got to be ready, because they could already be there and you'll never know it. Imagine how fast they are down there in real time. Like faster than that probably. And they got it, and you don't even feel it. So I'm just it's dangling by a thread. I'm gonna re-thread it, swing it over. That's still plenty. About a 26 incher is just gonna go, ooh, look at that. French fries. That was pretty funny, wasn't it? Did you hear that up there in the front?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yes.
What's a French fry?
That little piece of worm on that gold, it's like a little gold pill. Everybody loves gold. This is a 1/4 ounce. Being this calm like right now, I'm thinking to myself, I could easily be 3/16, and I wouldn't mind an 1/8. I've got some small 1/8 that I use for swim baits with an eye on it that I might thread a worm on. So I got a pretty good picture here. I can't believe you haven't got bit yet, babe. I got a whole box of swim baits if you want to pick something different. You want to look at the box? No? I got a cool black and blue one or a black and red one for later in the evening.
Is my color not right?
Huh?
Is my color not right?
It is right. I'm just saying if you wanted to change. All right, so let's see here. So we got a pretty good picture there. So there's fish right there. We are in 21. All this stuff up here, I'm pretty positive that's all. That's bug larva, nymph, mayfly nymphs that haven't, got to the point where must be having grown to the point where they're coming up to the surface. I have seen empty hulls out here on the water, but not a lot by any stretch of the imagination. There's hardly any drift. Need a little wind here. Name that movie.
You dropped a couple hundred pounds, Glenn.
that pretty? I'm just going to let you look at that for a few minutes. While listening to the soothing sound of my voice.
Oh boy.
The only thing I want to hear you say is, there's one. There he is. Come on now. Let's go. I see you looking at it. Ah. Oh, look at this little fella. We have attained the correct species in miniature form. Da, 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 da. Look at how large he is. And Leon's getting larger. I think it's safe to say that that was on cue, right? I mean, can we all agree on that? I couldn't actually see the fish. I'm just putting it out there. Suppose if you want to use the word miraculous, I mean, how could I object to the truth? How could I? How could anyone? That was pretty cool, right? I'm so glad you guys are all around.
Here comes a wave. 2 of them.
On Saturday afternoon, right on, Paul. Right on. Whoa. Hey now. Oh. And the tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost.
Stop copywriting, for God's sake.
Stop copywriting?
You've quoted like 10 movie lines right so far.
That's all right. You can do that.
Ay.
Totally okay. My dad's a TV repairman.
What?
He can fix it. That's pretty cool.
That I can't guess.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh.
Just before they crash his brother's car in the Camaro, yeah.
Camaro?
Yeah. And it's Forrest Whitaker with the lazy eye, you know. Oh.
No, he's not in the car. It's his car. But
it's his car, no, but when he finds out about it and he loses his mind.
The big football player.
Can anybody out there tell me what this means? From the other side of this camera is what I'm getting. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not a smart man. I'm just saying I don't know what that means. Can anyone tell me? Should I be scared? If you guys don't get a morning report tomorrow morning, somebody come looking. Please.
My address is...
Right. You can find me at...
You know where I live. Oh, I just saw a fish come up right there.
Well, great. Why don't you catch him? I'm doing all the heavy lifting here.
Wow.
Ah.
There's a woohooer on the shore over there. Woohooer in every crowd. Wow, look at that sunset.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Look at that. I got it too, right on camera. I'll stand over here out of the way. That's pretty incredible. Gotta figure out who's going where here, all right? Yeah, that sunset's amazing, right? And then you're gonna get a second one too when it gets below that cloud bank. That's the cool part about it. It'll be a double whammy. You can even see 9 Mile to the north, right there. That little flume.
Is that Mexico?
Oswego. Well, it's in between.
Is that the nuke?
That's the nuke plant. Yep. 9 Mile 2.
9 Mile 2?
9 Mile 2.
What does that mean?
It's, I don't know what it's called.
2?
2. 9 Mile
I've
2.
never heard you say that before.
Yep.
Is there another 9 Mile?
I think there's 4 of them there, but only one with a reactor.
Oh.
Cooling tower, anyway. We used to be able to go right down on the rocks on the shoreline and cast from shore out into the bubble.
When?
God, all the way up until the mid-90s.
Did something happen?
Mid to late 90s. No, this was before 9/11. By 9/11, everything was shut down out to a mile, but all right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Anybody got anything they want to go over? I got a fairly decent ability. Bill Gilbert. I think I just saw that snake climbing in the back of the boat. No, you didn't, Bill. No, you did not, my friend. Because I would then be out of the boat. I can tell
I'd
you.
have to rescue you if a snake.
Yes, my wife would have to rescue me, which she has done before. From snakes.
You send me into the snake-infested areas.
You volunteered.
Lie.
Why, I don't know.
Liar.
I said I wasn't going.
But I need that pipe to come up through the floor, so you
Right.
gotta go do it.
Yeah, and she did. Yeah, like a damn champ. Bill Gilbert. I thought we were friends, Bill. I thought we
Remember
were
the time
friends.
The seagull landed on the motor of the old boat
Oh,
in the dark.
yeah, Courtney and I were out here one night right at dark in Gramps' old boat. And out of the darkness, this frickin' seagull lands right on the top, on the motor hatch, on the outboard that Courtney is standing 2 feet away from. Scares the living shit out of her. She jumps all the way forward, hits me, knocks me over the tackle box that used to be in the middle of the boat. It was a free-for-all. And the seagull sat right there. Well, we're going to have to make a move here. All right, we're going to make a move. You guys are going to make a move. Everybody's moving and grooving. We're going to go see if we can find a few more fish before dark. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. This was fun out here. I'm glad I could bring you guys along. We used to do this in the mornings all the time. And I love it. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening. I hope your Monday was spectacular. And if it wasn't, make Tuesday just as good as you wanted today to be. Have a great one. Keep your tip up. Thank you.
I'm